What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. It didn't help. It reaffirmed it because I'm just a natural intellect. Like that's me. Like I could sit in the class and learn everything I'm supposed to be just sitting there. I don't even have to read the books mostly, but it's like in those moments I could still pass the class with like an 85, 90. I could pass the test with that shit. You feel me? Like, and it's like, yo, you didn't study? Nah. When it's like, it was like Allen Iverson shit. It was like, it's practice, nigga. Like, we not even talking about the game, talking about practice. So it's like, that's how I was. You feel me? But because of that, I didn't have to be disciplined and all of that shit. But then it's like, when other avenues of life started to play into it, and I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it because, for one, that was my realm. That's my element. When it's your element and your talent, like, you flawless in this shit. Can't nobody fuck with you in your shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that was my shit. That was my shit. So I didn't have to be disciplined. I didn't have to, but it's like in the moments when I had to actually step the game up, I didn't know how. Because it was like, I was so used to authority being wrong and all this shit. It was like, all right, cool. This thing has my authority now. So this thing will be disciplined for me. And this thing will hold me accountable. And I'm just going to pray. I'm going to review the stuff and I'm going to go pray. You know what I'm saying? And then it reflected it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until senior year. Senior year was when I actually that was the first time I ever failed a class. Like, I failed that bitch. I didn't get an F, I got a D, but I failed the bitch in my eyes. I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? And I was like, but I prayed. I read the study guides and shit like that. I never learned the material. I never disciplined myself. I never held myself accountable for the test that I didn't pass. I just kept saying, oh, well, it's still going to work itself out. It didn't work itself the fuck out. Why? Because I didn't take that authority over myself. I didn't maintain that discipline. And I didn't maintain that power. You feel what I mean? But that's just an example. I'm not telling y'all, leave whatever it is that you fucking with and everything like that. But deep down inside, you've experienced that shit too. You experienced that shit too. Like I said, stepping outside of that realm, you feel what I'm saying? When you back into the confines of yourself and it's dark and hell is hot, you know what it really is. But it's like you have to assert that authority over yourself. We've given our authority to things that aren't us. We're the only being on the face of this earth, real or fake, high power, low power, that's literally been with us all of our lives. Everything else we had to be introduced to at some point in our lives. But we have consistently been with ourselves all of our lives. You feel what I'm saying? Like they said, well, my mom and my daddy, they was there with, okay, cool. You think that. They weren't you weren't cognitively aware of them until your memory banks kicked in, which is about, a year and a half to 2 years old. So for that first year and a half, you don't remember shit, you don't recall shit. Everything is immediate. Everything is within the moment. Within the moment. But you're the only consistent thing that is there within the moment every time. You feel what I'm saying? When you wake up, mommy's in another room, you wake up crying, you're still there. There's a glimpse of a moment when, those are moments that I'm talking about. You're with you 100% of the time. Why don't you have authority over yourself? And why can't you be the being that disciplines yourself? Or why can't you be the being that holds yourself accountable? What's the disconnect and where the breakdown come in at? You feel me? But again, that's not here nor there. My purpose in expressing this shit is because it's like, it's been addressed to me. It's like, well, what do you do to be successful? What do you do to have discipline? I take control over myself. I take authority over myself. And then I hold myself accountable. You feel what I'm saying? In addition to holding myself accountable, I don't hold myself accountable to the point where if I don't achieve something, I beat myself up. I used to do that shit. I had to break myself out of that shit. You feel me? I had to break myself out of that shit. I don't acknowledge or I don't dwell on that mentality of, if you tell me I can't do something, it's going to push me to work. I don't do that shit either. You feel what I'm saying? But those are things that I had to internalize. Discipline. You feel me? Discipline was the cornerstone in all of that shit. I had to maintain discipline. And discipline is a matter of me telling myself, hey, look, you're going to do this. That's it. Discipline is either do or don't. That's all there is to me. You know what I'm saying? Do or don't. And within the plan, from the discipline, I'm consistent. I'm consistent with what I do or don't do. You feel what I'm saying? And that evolves, that multiplies, that broadens the reality for me. You feel what I'm saying? Do or don't. And when you consistently do or don't do something, and you get a certain amount of results, and you get a certain amount, like, that's how you affirm your authority. Bitch, I run this shit. I run my shit. I run the shit that I do because I put that shit in me and I put that shit out of me. So now when it's time for me to be accountable, I can look in the mirror and say, hey, look, you didn't work to the full potential today. Or you didn't put your all into the situation. Or I can look and say, yo, you did that motherfucker right there. Yo, you bodied that shit. I can look at it like that. You feel what I'm saying? But in the moments when I didn't go in and I didn't do what I was supposed to do, I don't belittle myself and say, all right, well, that means tomorrow you got to double up. You got to do this and like that. That shit stresses me out.